Welcome to Hooper Farm. It does not sit on multiple acres of land amidst fields of green. No, this farm is in the middle of Tremont on West 11th Street. It's owned and operated by Eric Hooper, who preaches a back-to-nature lesson to neighbors, students, and whoever has an interest in sustainable living.
At Hooper Farm since 1990, we have been teaching inner-city youth, elderly, at-risk individuals on how to grow and produce their own food products, how to market them and sell them to the general public here in the greater Cleveland area. During the summer, we run a variety of programs, and throughout the year, we throw a variety of parties. This year's theme in 2010 is Wood and Water. If you look over to my shoulder to the right, you'll see some volunteers setting up. We are very conscious about our recycling here in the farm. Once and twice a week, we drive around the city looking for products that we can convert into reusable, sustainable, and sellable products. This year, rain barrels will be found, and up on my shoulder, you'll see some graffiti artists going to tag these rain barrels.
Hooper doesn't just teach students how to grow plants and vegetables. He and his dedicated staff of volunteers are teaching a way of life in which the cornerstone is recycling that helps people live healthier and less expensively.
I converted an empty room with the most windows into it. I found this old sled laying in the garbage, filled it up with dirt, and now I have arugula, spinach, and onions growing in this. We've taken some of our planters from outside and started seeds in November and October, and thus we got product growing in the middle of winter.
Cost of materials and seeds, $15.
The kids are going to get a couple of pieces of wood, then they're going to take side rails of wood again and glue it together. So there's their little planter once we shape it all up.
Hooper started teaching his sustainable farming lessons in schools and out of churches. That was before interest in his methods took off.
Once we got onto a level that we were producing enough food and teaching enough kids about it, we decided to go into it full scale. We don't grow a lot of product here, but what we do is we teach, and that's the most important thing, where when a child comes upon the farm, I've never picked nothing or eaten it, Mr. Hooper, we can solve that problem right away. We've gone to the stages now where we're producing wine out of our cherry trees and maple and our mulberry trees, as well as growing hops and barley and a tomato wine, which is very delicious. Sauerkrauts are one of our main products that we grow also, so that in the summertime we plan a menu for our vegetable stir fry and vegetable lasagnas. We're able to grow those products and state a different price that we'll be getting out of these products, so at the end of the summer each child has an opportunity to say, these $500 worth of tomatoes are mine, and when I'm done with it I'll be able to make this much money by processing it and selling it to the general public.
Among the many volunteers working the farm is Kristen Boyesen. She's a lifestyle and creativity coach.
Today I am demonstrating imagination arts, and it is a method where you can access your inner peace by tricking your brain. And if you start looking at the shapes and edges of things, you can actually move your brain out of circular thinking and into a place of peace almost instantly. Here's an example. If I were looking at a flower and just staring at the edges of the flower with my eyes would go around the edge, and I could follow that movement with my hand on paper. The trick is, it doesn't matter what it looks like on the paper. The actual act of following your eye movement with your hand tricks your brain into feeling a state of peace.
You won't find many materials here that have not been used before or have not been found in nature.
So what we basically did was went around the restaurants and bars in the neighborhood asking for their bottle caps. They gave us their caps. We got about 500 here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically nail a hole through the cap, like so. Put your stick up, Steve. Thank you. You want to hold that in for me? Make it nice and steady. And we're going to hammer this in nice and easy. Okay, how's it sound, Steve? All right. There's a project you can do that takes no time, folks, and it's all recyclable.
While so much of life around us is complicated and filled with obstacles, Eric Hooper has carved out a simpler and laid-back lifestyle that is enriching the lives of others. Hooper is doing what many others are doing in government, homes, and businesses across Greater Cleveland, finding ways to save money and our environment at the same time.
Our model is, and our mission statement is, ask not what Cleveland can do for you, but what you can do for Cleveland.
For TV 20, I'm Tony Gaskins.